Good morning, everyone. Let's start today's NQ analysis. Perfect. Okay, let's start with today's analysis. So what do we have? Previous day high is right here. Previous day high is 3699.75 and previous day low is 29,577.25. 577.25, which is 1, 2, 3 right here. We have previous day high, previous day low, yeah. I cannot see much on like this leg in itself. I don't see much of like liquidity sweep and V-shaped rejection. Just like this, I'll see how liquidity was swept and then it went on higher. See, it has an SMT here. It has a small SMT here. Just give me a moment. Okay, so which means we still have sell side liquidity right here. Let's move on to 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is pretty bad today. Look at the consolidation. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is like in last 20 hours price did not do much. In 4-hour time frame, what do we have? We have 4-hour fair value gap right here and right here. But if the price goes above this, then it will just flip this fair value gap and it will flip the whole order flow to the upside. So as of right now, there is nothing interesting on 4-hour time frame. It's pretty simple. Last 20 hours have been just consolidation, so I'm not looking for much things here. But even if we are looking for just range trades, and we have Asia session high, which is right here, which would be 891.75, and we have Asia session low right down here at 614.75. So these are our levels for today. These are the draws on liquidity that we have for today. On a 15-minute time frame, there's a lots and lots of consolidation. That's buying low and selling high. But see how price is just inside the whole leg. Price is not moving up or down. Basically, I'm not looking for anything today. Specifically, inside this range, I want to see either price take out liquidity up on the higher side or on the lower side. because yesterday was pretty bearish. If we get to see a buy side liquidity getting taken out here of Asia session high, and then if we see a good reaction on the downside, then we'll be looking to short for this Asia session low. Okay, let's start. If we did not have this green doji, then this series of green candles here, these ones would have become a bullish breaker block. Bullish breaker block. The trade idea would have been something like this. Like some people like to just put stop loss just below this breaker block. Well, technically it's always below this, but a trade would look something like this. This would be the first drop, but because we have this green doji, this not a breaker block for me. I'll just leave it. Let's check for the news. What do we have today? Trump speaks at 12. US new home sales change is at 10. No red folder I see. This what is. What this high and this high? There was a liquidity sweep. Price went above that and broke down below. Then watch this order block right here. Small order block. This is where we have bearish order block, small bearish order block, and see where it is coming from. It is coming in from this 15-minute value gap. The price has been rejecting from this minus 15-minute value gap. So if somebody wanted to take a trade in the first 15 minutes, the trade would look something like this. Yeah, 48 points stop loss and 161 points of TP. Yeah, trade is already running. Yeah, 161.4. TP has been smashed. I am not looking to trade between this range. I'm just looking to trade outside of this range. I don't want to be a part of anything in between this, especially in between this and all those things. We should have bear inverse here, right here. Watch this. Like this is bear inverse Waverly gap. This is called as BPR, 1 minute BPR, where we have this bullish Waverly gap. It is overlapping with this bearish Waverly gap. This is called as balanced price range. If two opposite side Fairvalue gap overlaps each other, that level is called as balanced price range. This balanced price range generally reacts as a good support or resistance level. Right now, if the price is coming from the bottom, it taps into this becomes a good resistance level or area. Depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking for a long or short for the day, these becomes good level for entry. But as of right now, price is just ranging. It's going down, it's going up, going down. There's no, like, see, there's no support from here. There's no continuation coming out of here. There's no continuation fulfillment from this value gap. There's no continuation fulfillment of this value gap, which means technically all those things are not working as of right now. So we just need to wait. Just need to wait for the price action to get better. We will get a better opportunity. So just to enter into a trade, what we need is we need a level of interest like this, a 15-minute fair value gap or higher time frame fair value gaps. It could be higher time frame order blocks, breaker block, or it could be higher time frame IFEG. And we need to get a signal on that level just like this. We need a liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, and either we need IFEG, either we need FPG or order block or breaker block. Four types of entry signals. If we see that, we just enter into that and then put the stop loss where it is needed, set the TP where it is required. Generally, what's the trade yesterday when we were shorting here, somewhere here, right? We were shorting here 984 somewhere here. Our target was yesterday's morning session low, as I was saying about this AMD model, right? By the end of the day at 14:45, which is like before 3 before 3 p.m. yesterday, we hit our TP. But because this was a 4-hour fair value gap it was delivering from, it will take a lot of it will take some structure shifts and so on. Whereas if you just trade from this 15-minute fair value gaps, it just generally gives it in one go. It gives the target or stop loss in one go. You don't need to wait for a long period of time. That's why a 15-minute fair value gap continuation is like a great model. Watch this BPR level. It delivered what it was required to do. It delivered. Now the price can go wherever it wants. Good. Stop loss will be here. This is just for a scalp trade. It is not something that I would take. For us to get into a trade, we need a level of interest, which is a higher time frame for value gaps, order blocks, and we need to see it on a signal on 1 minute time frame. Along with that, if we get this CVDS supporting CVD, watch this. Price went up with heavy volume. When it came down, it reached the low here, the volume did not take this low. It means this selling is most probably some fake, or would not sustain. If we were looking for longs, what we will get here is, if we are looking for longs, what we will now get from here is, if the candle closes above this high, what we will get is series of green candle. This will become break a block, will break a block. Now we have supporting CVD, we have future session low liquidity sweep, then the stop loss would become 140 points. Even if we target 190 points, which is a session high, if we target that, then what we will have is risk to reward is 1:1.35. This risk reward is unfavorable, and I'm not entering into this trade. But what do we have here? We have signal. We have liquidity sweep below the session low and previous day's low, and we have a bullish breaker block formation. So we have level of interest and we have the signal. But because the risk is way too much, it's like 140 points, I'm not entering into this trade. There's also one more thing. The price never closed below this lows, which is like a little bit doubtful that it will deliver higher before it takes down this low again. Hence, I'm not entering into this trade. I'm just gonna mark it. Just going to mark it for education purpose, but we are not going to take this trade.
Alrighty, it's crazy. So many days, so many times.
We are not entering into this trade. We are just going to let it be because I did not see any candle closure below this lows. For us to trade session lows or session highs, we need to see a candle closure, just like we did yesterday, where I was watching this high for AMD high. We wanted to see a candle closure above. Before that, if we get any signal, we are trying to avoid that. We will avoid that. Supporting CVD helps us determine the strength of that signal. Like this breaker block signal has strength, it has a level of interest, it has signal. All three things are matching the criteria, but because the stop loss is way too big, like 140 points, even with 1 micro, that's 280 bucks. 2 micro, that's $560. And especially it's just, I would have taken this trade if the reward was higher, or if the reward was higher, or and also if it was not just ranging around here. This trade mark here is just for educational purpose. I'm not taking this trade. Again, we are not into this trade. This is just for educational purpose. We do not have any candle closure below this Asia session low. Also, also because the price is just ranging here, I'm not going to enter into any trade as of yet before it breaks out of this range and gives us a good continuation model. What's this low now? And price was here. The price was here. Volume was price was way below and the volume was way up higher. Now in this small selling, it is being sold with heavy volume. So this is creating confusion right now. As you can see, the CVD is also very close to zero. If we see a CVD more than 100k into negative or positive, then we can see a good trend. Heads up, right now price is just getting bought and getting sold at top and getting bought at the bottom. And so I'm not looking for any trade signals as of right now. We need to see a good breakout of Asia session high, candle closure above that, or Asia session low, candle closure below that. Until that, I am not looking for any trades. There's one thing what we can say is like volume is going down, but price is not, which means shorts are trying to, like short sellers are trying to short, like take the price lower, but there's somebody just continuously buying the market. Which is also called as absorption, but at this point I'm not interested in any trades as of right now. Again, we need to see a good breakout of this level higher or lower. We need to see the candle closure. Without that, there's nothing I'm interested in. These are great times. These are the great times. These are the times when a day trader is actually tested. Sorry. These are the times where your patience is tested. When you don't have setup, you don't enter into a trade. When you have a signal but the conditions are not that great, you still have to avoid that trade. So these are the conditions where a real day trader is born, or is like made from. Even if you would have entered on this trade, say we got all the things here, and if we would have entered into this trade, it has been 16 minutes, the price is not moving. The thing that we did on Monday, we had our time stop. They would have just taken a small loss or break even, and we would have just went out of this trade. If a trade wants to work, if it has everything, if it wants to work, it will just continue, like go in one go. Like see how that was this trade. It delivered where it wanted to go in like five minutes. Yesterday when we were entering short here, look at the delivery here. Continuously delivered lower. So that is how a trade works. If it continuously chops around at some place, it's just choppy market conditions, I would say. Nothing much to say about that. Just wait for the price to give us everything. Level of interest, signal, and it should be moving good, clean. As I was saying, watch this for our time frame. Just continuously 20 hours into this range, and if you just include this as well, then they started from 6 in the morning yesterday. The price is just ranging. On a lower time frame, it seems like it moved from 50 points or 100 points, but on a higher time frame it is just consolidating. Yesterday when we entered into that short position, price was already trending on the downside, and we took that continuation from 4-hour bearish for value gap. "45 minutes into market open, price is not moved much. Look at this for 3 15-minute candles, non-directional. There's nothing much moving into the market today. Yep. Okay, now we see price breaking down with volume. Yeah, price is now breaking down lower with volume. Let's see. A great trade would have been something like this, and taking this issue session high and then reversing. We would have got a great trade here, but that's alright. Yes, we can see a 15-minute fair value gap forming. We will look for a trade, continuation trade lower. If not, then we can just wait. Trump is speaking at 12, right? Yeah. Market might be waiting for something from him. I'm not looking for any trades as of yet. We need a candle closure below this level, or else there's no trade. Conditions like this are pretty boring, but yeah, on a day like this, we should just shut up the shut up this laptop computer. Just just do something else. Yesterday we made 130 points. Monday we were break even. Yesterday we made 130 points. There's still 2 trading days left other than today. Even if we don't do anything, we'll still be 130 points for the week. So today, if there's no condition, if there's no real trade setup for me, we should just avoid it. Look at the VIX here. Look at the VIX here. This itself tells you that this is not a great trading condition. Okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I don't see any trade forming. We still do not have any candle closure. Even for a 15-minute candle to close below this low, there's still 5 minutes left for that. There's still 5 minutes left for the candle closure.
truck, rich as fuck, it's always fucked the other side. Cause I ain't teaming up, just chasing all my dreams. 100K a month, she know I got motion, but I ain't doing no favors. Jet ski on the ocean, I'm the one with the paper. Yeah, boys can't keep up, yeah, boys be haters. Stay motivated, keep it beat like a player. Keep working hard, stay 10 toes. I'ma ride for the bros. If you need me, let me know. Take it to the right, anything goes. And they don't want smoke, you know how I roll. Just bought a new Roberts truck, Rolls Royce truck, Bentley truck. Rich as fuck, it's always fuck the other side. Cause I ain't teaming up, just chasing all my dreams. 100K a month, just bought a new Roberts truck, Rolls Royce truck, Bentley truck. Rich as fuck, it's always fuck the other side. Cause I ain't teaming up, just chasing all my dreams. 100K a month. Late night sliding in the coupe. Shooter shoot, so I'ma shoot. I keep quiet on my mute. Gas it up, don't use the brakes. Plays in motion, up the stakes. Hit P. Lugers for the stake. Know my worth, I set the rate. Song for song, who wants to race? Got it jumping out the gates. You're my junior, know your place. Please stop lying in my face. 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 Yeah. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. Thought it was you versus me, whole time was me versus me. Ain't that a shame? I wasted time and change. Got out from around my way, got out my way. Okay, like yeah, okay, cool, okay, yeah. I am not a fool. Can't play those games, now pick and choose. I got no time to lose. I'm from NY, I hate the cold, that's why I say summer rules. Straight backyard pools, I see a dive board, I hit backflips too. Alley-oop. Late night slide in the coupe. Shooter shoot, so I'ma shoot. I keep quiet on my mute. Gas it up, don't use the brakes. Plays in motion, up the stakes. Hit P. Lugers for the stake. Know my worth, I set the rate. Song for song, who wants to race? Got it jumping out the gates. You're my junior, know your place. Please stop lying in my face. 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 I stay quiet in the tub. Checks on checks, can't get enough. Blessed, so blessed, it got me stuck. I thank God when I'm awake. I thank God when I go to sleep. I thank God when thanking God. Since day one, he got me saved. I got me, don't need a team. I'm all set, don't need a scene. I got pinks and blues and greens. Got good credit, but cash is king. Ben had wife, he got the ring. Ben had kids, I'm an OG. Still on game, still UNC. Yeah. Alley-oop. Late night sliding in the coupe. Shooter shoot, so I'ma shoot. I keep quiet on my mute. Gas it up, don't use the brakes. Plays in motion, up the stakes. Hit P. Lugers for the stake. Know my worth, I set the rate. Song for song, who wants to race? Got it jumping out the gates. You're my junior, know your place. Please stop lying in my face. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I'm number one, and I feel like that bitch. And I heard what they said, they don't say it like this. Stepping over shit, cause the shoes might fit. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. Tell them look at my wrist. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. All these haters just watch, tell them look at my wrist.
Look, I've been through eons, driving hard through the cold nights, feel like Freon. On my GOAT status, so we talking 23, huh? Always show up in the prime time, feel like Dion. She adore me, cause my wrist game too strong, no ignoring me. Made it to the league, niggas hate me and they showing me. They just let her watch, they don't even do it knowingly.
Yeah, I'm number one, and I feel like that bitch. And I heard what they said, they don't say it like this. Stepping over shit, cause the shoes might fit. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. Tell them look at my wrist. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. All these haters just watch, tell them look at my
left
wrist.
it down, plain Jane, I ain't into all that floss and shit. Got a couple colors, cause I'm really into all this shit. I know that's so ironic, hyperbolic.
just hit crypto. Ooh, black face with the gold tones. Yeah, I got it out of space, nigga, phone home. Niggas gotta wait in line for these. I ain't got a time card, but on my job indeed. And they told me I'm a scholar, never mind degrees. Coming second to nobody, that's a time decree. If they envy what I got, that's a sign of greed. Had to watch who I trust, can't get robbed of peace.
Yeah, I'm number one, and I feel like that bitch. And I heard what they said, they don't say it like this. Stepping over shit, cause the shoes might fit. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. Tell them look at my wrist. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. All these haters just watch, tell them look at my wrist.
Tell me that. Tell me you got the feeling. Tell me you got the feeling. Tell me that. Tell me that. Tell me you got the feeling. Tell me you got the feeling. showing me. They just let her watch, they don't even do it knowingly.
Yeah, I'm number one, and I feel like that bitch. And I heard what they said, they don't say it like this. Stepping over shit, cause the shoes might fit. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. Tell them look at my wrist. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. All these haters just watch, tell them look at my
Left
wrist.
it down plain Jane, I ain't into all that flossing shit. Got a couple colors cause I'm really into all this shit. I know that's so ironic, hyperbolic, good investing, what I call it. Guess the seeds I planted harvest. Ugh. For the hours that I lost, I bought my time back. Chromatic with the timer, it's a time lapse. Ain't no tick, tick, tick though. Bank account looking like I just hit crypto. Ugh. Black face with the gold tones. Yeah, I got it out of space. Look, phone.
Yeah,
Gotta wait in line for these. I ain't got a time card, but
still did not get any candle closure below
never mind.
the levels.
Coming second to nobody, that's a time decree. If they envy what I got, that's a sign of
Look at this again now.
who I trust can't get robbed of.
Liquidity sweep, V-shape rejection.
And I feel like that bitch. And I heard what they
We
said,
have
they don't
order
say it
block
like
here.
this. Stepping over shit, cause the shoes might fit. All these
TP will be here and here and here.
Tell them look at my wrist. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. All these haters just watch, tell them look at my wrist.
Tell me that. Tell me you got the feeling. Tell me you got the feeling. Tell me that. Tell me that. Tell me you got the feeling. Tell me you got the feeling.
Yeah, I'm number one, and I feel like that bitch. And I heard what they said, they don't say it like this. Stepping over shit, cause the shoes might fit. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. Tell them look at my wrist. All these haters wanna watch, tell them look at my wrist. All these haters just watch, tell them look at my wrist.
Ah, finally we got a good candle. Watch this. Finally. Now we might be able to see a good candle closure above this high, and then most probably if we get a reversal below, I'll take that. Or if we get a fair value gap in continuation, I'll look for that. Today's market was really testing patience. It has been like about 60, 75 minutes, 77 minutes, and yeah, market really tested our patience today. Yeah, I'm still not a big fan of these candle like this liquidity sweeps. There is no candle closure below this, and I am not much big fan of this bullish move up here. CVD is still equal on both sides. It's like close to zero is not a great sign for a good continuation trade. We are waiting for the price to take out liquidity on higher side. Let's see what's happening on 4 hour time frame. Look at that, it's so big, so big. Even on 1 hour time frame, there is no proper continuation candle going on. If we get a good candle closure above this Asia session high at 29.8, 91.75, if we see a good candle closure above this, and if we see a good signal of reversal on 1 minute time frame, then we are looking for shots. Until then, I'm not looking for any shots. I'm aware of this green candle. I'm watching this green candle. This green candle just signifies that bulls have taken control, but I'm still patient. I'm patient. Yesterday, if we would have holded the full trade till the full TP, it was I guess it was around 340 points. So yeah, we were short at 984, 984. Yeah, it was more than 360, 370 points. Even on 5 contract side, even on 5 MNQs, that is around 3600 bucks. 3600 bucks on 5 MNQs. 1 NQ is like 7,000, 7,200. Just gotta wait, wait for the setup, wait for the setup. Patience is the first step, is patience, wait for the setup. If you get all the conditions ticked, then execute the setup as planned and trade what we see, not what we think. That's the 3 things. Just give me a sec, I'll be back. we still have 1 hour. We still have 70 minutes. If we can find a session, if we can find any trade, we'll look for that. I don't see this as a reversal, as we still have first presented fair value gap right here. This is the first presented fair value gap. Now look how it went up higher. It took out this low with speed and then V-shaped reaction out of it. It means if there's any trade here, we are looking for a trade something like this. 73 points of stop, 110 points of take profit. But look at this range. Look at this range. Sold here, sold here, sold here, sold here. Same thing. And look at this reversal. Even if there is an IFEG here, it did not take out any swing, like it did not take out liquidity here, which leaves the liquidity here. This becomes a good level of interest, and if we buy here, we can sell it up here 110 points higher. But this is a 1 minute fair value gap. What we are looking to enter on is on a bigger time frame, like 15-minute fair value gap, 15-minute order block. Patience, patience, patience. Trump abruptly cancelled plans to sign a bipartisan housing bill, insisting that Congress pass his voter eligibility legislation first. Let's see what we have on 5 minute time frame. Yeah, there was a liquidity sweep, V-shaped reaction. We had a bullish breaker block around here, starting around here. At the same level, we got liquidity sweep and V-shaped reaction. Yep. Finally, we get to see good direction. We still did not get the candle closure about this liquidity, and yeah, just look at the CVD divergence. I do. This does. Yeah, we still have to wait. We still have 1 hour left. If we can find, if the market provides us with a great setup, we'll look to that, or else we'll come back tomorrow. FED. This is the first presented for value gap right here. Okay, so now there's a 15-minute value gap right up here. Wow, price is coming with speed down here. CVD is also negative. Not really liking the setup here. I did see this liquidity sweep here, small liquidity sweep, V-shaped reaction out of it. tapping into order block, coming down, taking down the first liquidity here, second is here. We saw the same thing happen this morning, early this morning. What's this? The same thing happened here, but at Asia session high. Now at this point, what I was looking for is I wanted to see a good candle closure above this above this Asia session high. If after that, if I would have seen this thing, then it would have been a perfect trade, because CVD was supporting as well. We had level of interest, we got the signal as well, but the thing that we did not get was the candle closure. I did see this signal as well. Look at this, liquidity sweep, V-shaped reaction, fair value gap, price entered into this fair value gap, and then went all the way high till Asia session high. but what was the point? Why did I not enter? We were looking for shorts, that's for sure. There's no proper candle closure below this low levels. It simply means that we'll have to wait for a good candle closure. Before that, price might be level, but same thing like this. We had the level of interest, we got the signal, we had the CVD supporting, but still it failed. Yeah, we had near PM session high as well. Took out both liquidity, but there is no candle closure above that. This is like kind of a fake liquidity sweep. Sometimes it works, but majority of the time it fails. Hence, I'm not taking this trade. Patience is the key. Now look at this fair value gap that I marked earlier. Now that is getting combined with 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, that is getting combined with this 15-minute fair value gap. Now if price gives us V-shaped reaction out of it, then we can look for a long trade. But looking at this big red candle which has taken out the highs and lows of this candle, I'm not pretty confident with this pulse. The CVD is supporting a bit. So let's have a look for longs. 749 is 50 points of stop, which means yeah. We have a level of interest which is 15-minute fair value gap. Yeah, Just leave it. I'm just gonna leave this one. Just gonna let this trade. I'm gonna avoid this trade. It's still in between these two levels. Between these two levels, there's no candle closure below or above this level. And see how there's no inversion. There's no proper inversion out of this. Yeah. So now, right now, what we have is level of interest, level of interest, which is 15-minute fair value gap. We have CBD supporting, but we have weaker signal. If there was a good clean signal here, like if this candle would have closed somewhere higher, I would have taken this long trade. But because there's this red candle here, I'm just going to avoid this trade. Also, we have to keep in mind two things. Price is still ranging. It is getting sold off at highs and bought up at low. Second thing, it is rotating from high, might be looking towards going towards lower side. Other thing, look at this 15-minute fair value gap. It took out the whole candle. Now this is like directly fighting against the strength of bears. A lot of things are telling me not to get into any trade, even if you get a great signal. Bullish, the trade for me, like for bullish signal, what I would have got is liquidity sweep, reshape reaction. If we would have entered here, we can target this high because we did not see any candle closure higher. We saw a good bullish candle closure here, which is like giving a good indication of bulls for me. Hence I did mark this trade, but we got a weaker signal, and because we got a weaker signal, we are not entering into this trade. We are not entering into this trade. If it prints, it prints. Doesn't matter with that. Yeah, it prints, it prints. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We got a weaker signal, hence I'm not looking for that. We still have 45 minutes. If we get a great signal, we'll take it. 45 minutes is like three 15-minute candles. All we need is one.
irrelevant. Best get yourself a blam and pray that it don't jam. You know these boys is cold hearted. Fought you for some paper, money missing like a stole wallet. Wonder why I'm so guarded. I done seen it all, my guy. Promised to myself that I would never drop the ball, my guy. Got me thinking, lock it up, yeah. I'm the dopest in the land. I'm the motherfucker, man, yeah. Still the dopest in the land. I'm the motherfucker, man, yeah. Still the dopest in the land. I'm the motherfucker, man, yeah. Still the dopest in the land. Still the dopest in the land, yeah.
Hey, it's me and Don, what's up? Tiene que nacer con esto, no se contrata. Yo cargo loca la gata, mi flow solito, mi paga. Yo me embolsillo la paga, tú presumes que te taca. Ahora que entiendo si por envidia me atacan. Tiene que nacer con esto, no se contrata. Ni que te cambies el haga, ni que me estudies el rapa. Yo me embolsillo la paga, tú presumes que te taca. Brother, te entiendo si esta distancia te mata. Así que mami, vámonos legales, que me monté en los pedales. Y ahora sí que nos vemos anormales. Hoy quiero hacernos mucho más que reales. Quiero darte mucho más que un Bulgari. Porque ando con mi kick flex, mi renta al día. Aunque sigo corriéndole a la policía. Hoy sí estoy comiendo de mi regalía. Lo que tú soñaste y nunca harás algún día. Motherfucker, te llegó tu día. Soy la nueva rima, soy la nueva cara. Soy la rapper que pone la para. Todo un rompecore y pa' ponerla clara. Tienes que comprarte una oficina que sea más cara. Para que dejes de estudiarme en la sala. Para que con esa cadena puedas darme la cara. Porque aquí somos del bajo y no buscamos el trabajo. Yo misma caso los casos mientras me fumo mi paso. Así que quítate ya mi mito del paso. Porque yo misma te aplazo, porque yo misma te paso. Pa' ti no hay oficio, pa' ti tampoco hay paso. Porque tus barras son malas y tú solo estás de paso. ¿Qué tú crees que es lo que ves, man? Pegajoso como Tex-Mex, man. Buscando la renta del mes, man. Tu gata me vio y dijo yes, man. Tienes que nacer con esto, no se contrata. Ni que me cambies el haga, ni que me estudies el rapa. Yo me embolsillo la paca, tú presumes que te taca. Papi, te extraño y esta distancia me mata. Voy a ser millo si de rapearte se trata. Por mi familia yo ocupo balas de plata. No escribas de esto si no sabes qué se trata. Que por mi calle, por el respeto te matan. Hey, it's me and Don, what's up? Tiene que nacer con esto, no se contrata. Yo cargo loca la gata, mi flow solito, mi paga. Yo me embolsillo la paga, tú presumes que te taca.
Good that we did not enter into that trade.
Si por envidia me atacan. Tiene que nacer con esto, no se contrata. Ni que te cambies el haga, ni que me estudies el rapa. Yo me
As it was a
embolsillo
weak
la
signal,
paga, tú
we had
presumes que
multiple
te
reasons
taca.
not to enter into
Brother,
that
te
trade.
entiendo si esta distancia te mata. Así que mami, vámonos legales, que me monté en los pedales. Y ahora sí que nos vemos anormales. Hoy quiero hacernos mucho más que reales. Quiero darte mucho más que un Bulgari. Porque ando con mi kick flex, mi renta al día. Aunque sigo corriéndole a
Look at the CVD. CVD is still bullish. If we get a bullish signal even here, we're still looking for that trade. We're still looking for that long. Okay. But we need a good signal. CVD is supporting. We still have a level of interest as 15-minute fair value gap is here. This 15-minute order block is here. Order block is here. Not a good, not really a big fan of trading in between the sides, especially exactly in the middle, expecting continuation, because it did not continue. It did not continue anywhere. Look at this. Anywhere. It did not continue anywhere. Why would it be a little different today for this trade? Okay. So yeah, it does. If it does not classify all the criteria that we have, we are not looking for trade. So look at this signal. There's this bearish order block. There's this fair value gap overlapping here. This becomes a stronger level. Okay. This becomes a stronger level. I'm not saying that I'm going to enter a short here, but this becomes a stronger level. 2 hours, no trade, zero trade. Even with this IFPC, I don't want to enter into this trade. As I told you, this is a weak recovery, especially when this order block and fair value gap both overlapping each other. I'm not looking to take longs here until unless it takes out this high and then give us something good. Other than that, it's directly fighting against this trend and trading into this consolidation zone. Yeah, we'll get a great trade. We'll get great trading opportunity. What's this? This is creating a great AMD model. Great AMD model on higher time frame. As of right now, we do not have any trade.
Riding with some killers with that energy. I just need a drink and then you know I'm feeling good. I ain't got no timing for no enemies.
Yeah, this might deliver this. Now this signal is great. This might deliver, but as I said, it's okay to avoid some trades. It's not necessary that we take all the trades. Not necessary that we take all the trades. See, even to get out of this, get out of this, it took two candles. The third candle was still red. This is not what I expect in V-shaped reaction. Yeah, it is pretty V-shaped. I don't mind that, but I do not like this kind of signals. The signals that I like is pretty much liquidity sweep and immediate displacement towards the other side. These are the signals that we are looking for. Look at this. Liquidity sweep, V-shaped reaction, liquidity sweep, and then V-shaped reaction. These are the kind of signals that we should be looking for. If there's this weaker signal, even if we take it, it will just add it into that probabilities. Over the longer term, if these kind of signals, if we take these kind of signal and it fails, it it bleeds our account, and second thing, it hurts mentally. It hurts mentally when you know that we had a weak signal. It was not as per your requirement. It was not as per your strategy. Then why did we enter? So mentally it hurts a lot. You got to sit here. You got to learn how to sit, wait for the setup, wait for everything to align. This is just one. This is just one day. Tomorrow, if we might get a couple of trades, not just one, we might get a couple of trades, right? And we will cover all this back. You don't, as a day trader, you should know when to avoid trade. It's not just about levels and signals. You should always be attentive towards what is actually happening. So people say bots are better at trading. I would generally say that humans are way much better at trading. Once they get into that flow, once they get into that flow of being consistently profitable, you know, this is like humans are way much better trader. Statistically, bots might still have an edge. Statistically, bots might still have an edge, but I'll still stick to human trading. Bot will still take this trade, bot would have still taken this trade, it would have taken this trade, it would have taken this trade. A lot of trades would have been taken in. And on a day like this, bots will lose a lot. Yeah. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Now watch this. Now this is liquidity sweep, V-shaped reaction. Liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection out of it. But am I shorting? No. Why? First of all, it is in the middle of the zone. Second of all, it is in the bullish for value gap with plus 15-minute order block as well. So I'm not taking shots. I'm not taking short. Am I taking long? I'm eager. I'm waiting to take long, but I'm not getting great signals that I should be getting. And hence I'm not taking any trades. Okay. First signal, we did not get it. That second signal, yeah, we did get V-shaped reaction, but then just third candle red here, and generally is not a great sign. Then we have a 15-minute bearish candle right here, which is pretty bearish. It has taken up the whole 15-minute buying, 15 minute of buying. I'm not looking to take a trade against a trend. If at any point I'm looking for long, the way I want to see it is like, see how does this series of green candles, when the price came down, it came down slowly, and as soon as it added this for value gap and along with this order block, it moved quickly towards the upside. So that's the thing that I'm looking for. That's the thing that I'm looking for. If I don't get that, I'm not trading. I'm not just going to take any trade just because it is available right here. That has to fit my criteria. It has to fit my criteria. If no, I'm not taking any trade. We are already 130 points up for the week. Why do we want to risk more? We can wait. We still have 2 more trading days left for this week. Even if we don't take a trade today on a day like this, it's okay. Tomorrow we might get a great opportunity. We might get a couple of great opportunities. The biggest part of being a day trader is that you do not have to trade every single day, every single session. Yeah, one session, one setup, that's it. Even on 5 contracts we would be up 130, so it's like $1,300 for the week. $1,300 for the week in just a couple of minutes. There's still 2 trading sessions left. And as I said, there's no continuation happening around. Watch this, watch this, watch this. No continuation. Barely any continuation. Barely any continuation. Why would we enter into this kind of market conditions? Okay, so I'm almost done for this session. No trades for me today. Market, like, the session is not that great. We wanted to see a good reaction on this 15-minute prevailing gap. We did not get it. Sorry. So that's it. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna leave early today. It's 11:40. I don't see any trade happening. I don't see any signals even to get us even to get us a good signal. It needs to take down this low and then go up higher, which is not preferable. Okay, so that's it for me today. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.